Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Hope you guys are having a great day today. Today's video is going to be a makeup inventory update. It's about that time. It's been about 3 months since my last makeup inventory update. We need to go through all of the products that I have in my collection. I have increased quite a bit, mostly from PR though, and we're just going to get into that, and I'll go through all of the products that I added, subtracted, and just go through like the total numbers really quickly. So if you are new here, hi, my name is Vivian. I'm a robotics engineer with a love for all things beauty and makeup related, and I love trying new things, but I don't want to be over consuming. One of my main goals this year is to just be more mindful about the things that I'm buying, and I don't want it to have like a massive collection that I'll never be able to finish. So I've been buying less, but I'm still getting things in PR, and I've tried to give away as much of that as I can, but some things I do decide to keep, and you will see those in here. So I hope you guys are having a great day. If you like this video, be sure to like and subscribe if you aren't already, and let's just hop into it. Alright, so the way that I like to do my makeup inventory updates, I will talk about the number I had in the previous makeup inventory update, which is January of this year, and then we'll go into what I am at now. So like I prefaced this, I did receive a lot of things in PR that I've added to my collection. I made a couple of purchases at various retailers for videos or because of like the Ulta sale. So those are additions as well. And I did finish up a couple of products, but not enough to offset the amount that I brought in. So these numbers look a little bit bad. I'm aware of that, and I think my goal is to be on a no buy for the next quarter. Let's just get into the numbers. Let's just rip the band-aid off. So in January of 2025, I had 256 products, and now I'm at 269. So a 13 overall increase, which is still a lot more than it should be. We're gonna go through each of the categories, and then I will talk about what I added and removed from my collection in this past year. So in January, I had 9 primers, and now I'm at 11. This was an increase, not too drastic, but enough to make a difference. For foundations, I had 14 in January, and now I'm at 16. For concealers, I was at 10 and now I'm at 11, and I will go through what I added and removed from my collection in just a bit here, so just stick with me. I'm gonna get the numbers out and then we'll talk about the products themselves. For powders, I actually decreased. I went from 13 in January to now being 12, which is, you know, pretty good. The next products, or the next category, are bronzers. I went from 20 in January to now I'm at 21. For highlighters, this has stayed constant at 5 throughout the past month, or the past couple of months. I don't even know if there were a ton of highlighter launches that even happened, but I wasn't interested in any if there were, and I'm pretty happy with that like steady rate there. I don't foresee myself using up any highlighter soon, but at the very least, like, at least I'm not adding any. For blush, I went from 37 in January and now I'm at 38. The more that I say the word January, like the harder it becomes to say January. Why am I having such a difficult time? I'm gonna blame lack of sleep. For face palettes, I've stayed steady at 2 for the past like 2 years now, and that is still the case. I'm still at 2. For eyeshadow palettes, I went from 10 in January to now 11, just like the one increase through PR, which we will talk about. For lip liners, I went from 14 in January to now I'm at 17. Definitely an increase, but I bought a set of lip liners that, again, we'll talk about during the Ulta sale. For lip glosses, I went from 24 in January to now I'm at 25. For lip balms, that number has stayed constant at 14 for the past couple of months, so I haven't used any up yet, but I also didn't buy anything else. For lipsticks, I'm still steady at 15. I haven't bought any, I haven't used any up yet. Eyeliners, I went from 19 to 22. This is purely a PR increase, so Nabla did send me some of their Cupid's arrows and that is where that increase is coming from. Again, we'll talk about specific products in a little bit here. Mascaras, I went from 8 in January to 6 now. Mascaras are never something that I'm super duper concerned about, mostly because they go bad relatively quickly. You don't want to be using them for super often, so I do try to cycle through these a little bit more often than some of my other products. For single shadows, I went from 15 in January to 16 now. Again, we'll talk about the specific products in a little bit here. And then for the rest of these categories, for brow products, setting sprays, color correctors, and miscellaneous, I stayed steady for all those categories. So for brow products, I had 16 at the beginning of the year, and I'm still at 16. Setting sprays, I had 7, still at 7. Color correctors, I had 3, I'm still at 3. And then for miscellaneous, which is pretty much just the freckle pen, I had 1, and I'm still at 1. So with all of that being said, let's go through the tracker. So I went through and marked all of the products that I have in my spreadsheet here with in and out. The first 4 things that I brought in this year were from Giorgio Armani. I made a purchase around like Christmas, New Year's time, specifically because I wanted to do a full face of Giorgio Armani as like a video, but also I wanted to do a video for recreating Sabrina Carpenter's makeup look, which I know her makeup artist uses a lot of Giorgio Armani. So that's what this purchase was. I picked up the Luminous Silk Glow bronzer, which I honestly do not like. I have not been able to get it to work for me. It is so orange. It has like super visible glitters in there. It is just not my cup of tea. And it was $48. So that is something that I'm kind of regretting. I'm not super happy about that purchase for the bronzer specifically, but I have it. I am gonna try and keep coming up with ways to try and use it up. But if I can't, I'm probably going to declutter it. I'm kind of sad that I spent that much money on it, and I just do not like it. I do not like it at all. I also picked up the eye tint, which is fine. It is $38, so still really pricey, but I don't like dislike it. I don't think I necessarily needed it in my collection either. Like, it doesn't bring anything special to me. I wouldn't say I regret that purchase, but I am not overly excited about that purchase either. And again, it was a lot of money. I also picked up the Prisma Glass lip gloss, which again is not like remarkable or revolutionary, but it's not a bad product. I do like it. It's just kind of a lip gloss and it doesn't add anything unique to my collection. So for $38, that seems a little bit much. And the last thing I picked up was the Luminous Silk concealer, which I do like. That is like one of the products that I picked up that I do actually like. I think it's a great concealer. It looks really nice. It was still very expensive, and I don't think it tops my Tower 28 concealer. So I don't know. The whole Giorgio Armani purchase was a little bit of a, I don't want to say mishap on my part, but there were definitely products that I did not need to spend money on. And if I was not doing either of those videos, I probably wouldn't have. So maybe that's like a lesson for the future, to just not be buying things for that reason. I added 2 foundations to my collection in the past couple of months. Both of them were PR. The first one was from Nabla. It is the Skin Realist Foundation. I've only tried this one time so far, and I like it. It's not my absolute favorite. Like, my just first initial impressions is that it wears very well, but it feels a little bit thick and heavy on the skin, so I want to try applying it different ways. I just haven't had a ton of time to like play around with makeup, and so I haven't done that, but I'm gonna try it out some more. I do like the packaging of it. I like the airless pump system, and you know, I like most things that Nabla has sent me, so I'm excited to keep trying it. I just haven't really had time to do that yet. The other product that was gifted to me in PR was the Milani Blur Out Skin Tint Stick. I actually really liked this. The couple of times that I've tried it, I feel like it blends out really nicely, really evenly. It wears really well throughout the day. The one thing I will say is that like I rubbed my face really hard and it just like completely disappeared off of my face in that like one area. So be careful with touching your face. Besides that, I think it's a really pretty skin tint. Like, it looks really nice, it sits really smoothly, and it just like did a great job of evening out my skin tone. So excited about that. I'm gonna try it out some more still. Like, I'll let you guys know my full official thoughts, but I did like that. Milani also sent me a primer. It wasn't my favorite. It was very cooling. And I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't expecting that like mentholy feel, and I'm still not super used to it yet. So I honestly think I might declutter it. I'm gonna try it a couple more times, see how I really feel about it. But like the cooling sensation is just a little bit weird to me when it's like all over my face. These next two are actually not declutters, but I actually finished up a couple of products. So the first thing here is the Kosas Cloud Set in the shade Cushiony. I finished that completely during my Project Pan, and I'm so excited that I finished it. It's really nice to be down a powder for once in like forever. I'm starting to work on a new product that will be put into my Project Pan this upcoming month, and I'm super excited. Another thing that I finished up is the Drunk Elephant Be Goldie Drops. I had a little mini size of it, and I didn't really like it, to be honest. I didn't hate it at all. It was fine. It was a glowy primer. I don't wear glowy primers. I'm an oily person. I get glowy through my natural oil. So do I need to add like that much more glow all over my face? The answer is no. I probably wouldn't repurchase it, but I did like it for what it was. Like I did use up the whole like mini size. So finished that as well. The next couple of things are all additions. A few of these are purchases and a few of these are PR from Nabla. So the first three things that I picked up are the Sashio Peel Off Lip Liners. I bought a pack of 3. It was a set during the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty sale, so pretty recently, and they ended up being $5 each with the sale. And honestly, I really like these. I'm glad I picked them up. They are like a lip stain, and you like peel off the gel or whatever when it dries, and it leaves this really pretty stain behind, and the stain lasts a really long time. So I do like them. I do think they last really well. And, you know, it's just kind of fun to like play around with it. I'm pretty glad that I picked those up, with each of them being $5. Like it ends up being pretty much like a drugstore price for me, so I think that's worth it. And because it's a liquid and in a tube, I do think it's gonna last a really long time, which may or may not be a good thing, depending on how you guys are thinking about it. Another thing that I picked up during the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty sale is the Benefit Flora Tint. So I picked this up because it was also half off during the 21 Days Beauty sale. I love the Benetint, and the Flora Tint just doesn't compare. Looking at the swatches, I thought that I would really like the Flora Tint because of the shade that it was, but the formula is just not the same. It is not the same as the Benetint. It is like slightly thicker. I just don't like this as much. I don't hate it. It's still a good product. It's just not as much as I hyped it to be in my head. I think the Benetint is still like a better product than any of the other like Benetint line things that are not the actual Benetint. Does that make sense? I think it does. The next couple of things here are from Nabla. Nabla actually just released their like classified line, and they sent me the palette and 3 of their Cupid Arrow Shines that are now part of their permanent collection. This is the palette here, and this palette is actually stunning. These glassified shadows are truly just like unreal. They swatch so nicely. This one right here is actually a pressed glitter, which is not my absolute favorite, but all of the other shades are stunning. The reflex are stunning, and they're so pretty. Let me see if I can show you. Like, I don't know how well you can see that, but they're so pretty. I'm so excited to have these. And I'm really thankful for Nabla for sending me these. Unreal. I'm so excited to play with these and put these on my eyes. And same with the Nabla Cupid's Arrow Shines. Those are a stunning formula. I love my Nabla Cupid's Arrows. They have sent me so many of them, and I'm so grateful for them. They're like one of the best, smoothest, easiest eyeliner, lip liner, multi-use products I have. They're just great. But they did send me that eyeshadow palette and 3 of their new Cupid's Arrow Shines, which did add quite a bit to my makeup inventory. And then 2 of the things that I not got rid of but moved out of my collection are 2 mascaras. First is the Tower 28 Make Waves mascara that was getting super dried out, super old, definitely need to get rid of it. And same with the Ramon Hand All Fix mascara, also had to get rid of it, definitely super old. You know, both of those are just like mascaras there. I was expecting to move those in and out of my collection pretty quickly at a pretty quick rate. So that is everything that I added and removed from my collection in the past couple of months here. I hope that this is useful. I am hopefully gonna stick to my no buy these next couple of months. I'm trying really, really hard. I think during the Sephora sale, I will mostly be picking up skincare, if anything, like maybe the Freck Noir, because I miss that so much, and it is starting to become like summertime, and I know that I said that when the summer was here, I would be repurchasing it, and it's almost here. I think I'm gonna try and stick to that. I don't know if I will, but I'm gonna try really, really hard. There hasn't really been anything that's like super intrigued me, and I haven't really been keeping up with makeup news, mostly just because I've been incredibly busy and just I haven't had time to like look at anything. Anyway, that is everything. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this little update to my makeup inventory, and I gotta say, with my inventory tracker, the like additions and subtractions tab that I added has made remembering what I've added and subtracted from my collection so much easier. I'm so glad that I did that, and it like really shows me how much I'm spending and like how much PR I'm getting, because that was a lot. It feels like a lot. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, be sure to like and subscribe if you aren't already, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.